Charlie Patino is expected to leave Arsenal this summer. Clubs in Spain are interested in him, and Ethan Nwaneri's emergence is prioritised by Mikel Arteta. And most people agree with this, I think, but some people are bringing out the whole, Arteta Academy thing again, and it doesn't make sense. Ultimately, Charlie Patino probably just isn't good enough. He started 13 games in the Championship this season for Swansea. The majority of those were at the start of the season. He's not started a league game in 4 months. At this stage, he's an unused substitute more often than not. If he's not good enough to play for Swansea, he's not good enough to play for Arsenal. And this isn't like it was 3 or 4 years ago where the squad was in a place where, players like Bukayo Saka could break through. Now, Bukayo Saka probably still would, but at that time, the Willocks, Smith Rose, 4 years ago, they could break through. I don't think they would now. As the ceiling of the squad has raised, and with it, the floor has raised to a point where it's going to be very, very difficult, and you're going to have to be an elite player to break into the Arsenal squad. Now, one of the things I see is right decision for Patino. Arteta doesn't give up about our youngsters. Just nonsense. Look at the way he's handling Nwaneri and the way he fought for Nwaneri. Miles Lewis-Skelly the same. And then they roll out the Serge Gnabry thing because he had loan spells at West Brom that didn't work and then he turned out well. Serge Gnabry is the exception, not the rule. And the other thing people compare it to is City, right? They look at Oscar Bob, Cole Palmer, Rico Lewis. Well, Oscar Bob's nearly 21 and only this season broke into the City team. But by the way, at this point, he's a fully fledged Norwegian international. Clearly light years ahead of Charlie Patino. Cole Palmer turns 22 this year, is Chelsea's best player, and even he was struggling to get minutes at City. And Rico Lewis is an exception because he is just an elite talent. And those sorts of players come through every 5 years, even at City. You look at Foden. He is a world-class player, and even he struggled to get minutes at City early days and was nurtured and brought through. But, that's our Saka. And we've had Saka. And our academy is light years behind Man City's. Man City invest in the best academy products, and then they bring them through. Look, 3 years ago, Nwaneri would be at City now because we didn't invest in our academy at all. We've, broken our own rules effectively and rejigged the academy to keep hold of Nwaneri so that we can bring him through. It's going to take a long time to catch up with that. And the fact is, between Saka and the next generation, there just hasn't been a talent good enough to break through. The ceiling has raised, the floor has raised, and it just will always now be far more difficult for academy players to get in.